Hey there, welcome back to the table. We have to. We were just getting ready to get our lander modules selected, but there's a bigger issue going on, and that is, of course, the situation of mistakes. Sometimes, like someone reported, "How did you unlock the Pelican?" And they were genuinely. I know I've said this story already, but they were genuinely concerned. Like, I'm this far in the game, and I've not unlocked the Pelican. So how is it that you unlocked the Pelican? And that particular player missed the fact that the Pelican was available since the beginning of the game. Like, you literally start the game with the ability to make the Pelican. So it was just a simple mistake where they missed something, and then they started playing the game, and through the course of the game they completely missed an opportunity for in-game content. Well, I discovered that I have a similar situation. And so we're going to correct that. It is going to be a retcon because I don't know of another way to fix it. But we're going to correct it to the best of our ability. And hopefully that'll set things right. And how did I figure it out? And what can I suggest that you do in your game to help you? So here's something that I do. Like, obviously we have our little cards that are in a area. This is, for example, the production projects. So you can see here, do not reveal until this card is manufactured. Goes on, and then eventually you see it flip the other way. These cards that you see here, all of these, are projects that I have not produced. These are production projects that I have not obtained yet. These are production projects I've already completed. So when I put them back in the box, I don't bother putting them in with the same orientation. I flip them around. So side by side, they're real easy to see the difference. So I can at any time come in and look at what I've done and then flip them over and scan them and say, okay, did I unlock all that equipment or didn't I? And so you could go through. So like right now, E13 is something, and I'm going through, and there's no E13 in any of these. So even though E13 hasn't been unlocked yet, I know that I have not done anything to earn that. So therefore, we're good to go. This is a good check. Now, one of the things I'm noticing here in the production projects is C08. I'm all the way up to C15. So for whatever reasons, I miss C08. And you can see this is our pet vehicles, which is a whole expansion pack in the game. And there you go. It unlocks, our pets. And so that is the Planetary Exploration Transporters, C08. So how do we unlock C08? It's a tech level that we definitely have. So what's going on? And what I found is that there's a research project that unlocks this, and that research project requires irrigator technology. Irrigator being the irrigator behemoth that we ran into on the very first mission of the game. Well, the first mission after Eye of the Void. And so that got me to thinking, okay, what's going on? Well, we talked about this in the last video, but when you're cleaning up a planet, any spawned enemy, a threat, stays on the planet. You don't actually clean it up. And I made the mistake of cleaning this up and removing this guy from the planet when we first went there. So he's still there, or he should have been, and we went back to that planet multiple times. And if you recall, it was really easy. We went all the way back to the mission, we accomplished the mission, we found the steel, and of course this guy should have been roaming around, and we should have been fighting him, which would have taken, strength and shields, which we do have. I mean, he's an easy enough guy to kill. I mean, it would take 5 successes, but we can do this. We have the cards, we have the dice. I mean, this is not an insurmountable thing to do. Now, could we possibly get wounded or whatever? Sure, we can get all those things. But the point that I'm trying to make, though, is that this guy was defeatable. Now here's the key thing. Go to log 40. We've never done that. So what if log 40 would have unlocked that research project that would have given us our pet vehicles? Do you see what I'm going here? And this guy has never spawned since. So when we, kept visiting the planet, the game hasn't spawned him since. I think we were supposed to kill him. And so, without having any better idea, we're just going to go and let's do log 40 now. We're going to just retcon and assume that we killed this guy. I am not going to go back and land on that planet just to go kill this thing. That's stupid. But I am going to enter the log into the game, because we're using the app, to at least get it logged that we killed this guy at least once. So we're going to do that right now. And I apologize, I don't have it up. Oops. There's an update. So we got to wait for the update now. Oh, what bad timing. Alright, I'll pause the video so you don't have to wait for this part. Okay, it is finally updated.
Away team, exploration report 58D. The object proved exceedingly resilient to all our weaponry, but we managed to disable it. As we approached the smoldering wreckage, at first we focused only on its unfamiliar biomechanical construction. Then we noticed it, a symbol on one of the armored plates. Eerily similar to the one we're wearing on our dog tags. A sign from the wreckage discovered on Earth. Now the heart of our ship. What could possibly connect this Hulk with our ship?
Ooh. Okay, so we gain a success token, 4 alien tech leads, and then remove from the game the secondary objective from the bridge section of the book. And then of course we remove the card. So, and then it did save this, right? So it knows that we killed it at least once. I think that technology is necessary to get our pets, and killing that thing was necessary as well. So hopefully now when we land on Matchstick, I do know that this guy is supposed to spawn again on this planet. So maybe that will finally happen now that we killed it on the other one. Because maybe we go to log 40 multiple times. Who knows? So it didn't quite do what I thought it was going to do. I thought we were going to get to unlock that technology. However, the secondary objective is at least completed, and we at least have that updated within the system. So, did I screw it up? Yeah, I did. Hopefully we got it back on track. I certainly didn't have any other threats spawned that I need to worry about. The other thing is somebody made the comment that I didn't read the situation very closely, and they're right, I didn't. It says, when solved, the situation cannot be solved. So, you can't actually do this one. So we spent a command token going in here to the food shortage. This cannot be resolved, so it's going to stay with us forever. So I'm always going to be lowering morale or spending 2 energy to resolve this card. I think that blows. We were just getting to the point where we're getting some decent energy, and now we're going to have to spend 2 every round, but it is what it is. So this goes back into the awaiting bag, and that means I could not spend a command token to go to the solutions. Like I spent a command token to go get rid of that. Well, I can't because it's not solvable. So that means I have an extra command token. That's the other error I need to fix here. So what do? Do I go do another research run? No, because there's nothing that can be researched. I do have a better tech level coming, tech level 3. So that will allow me to do some extra production and research, but not now. And then the other thing I can't resolve is I'm supposed to draw 4 alien tech leads. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there you can see I actually got 3 points. But this is with a full bag. I mean, I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have a full bag, because I did draw a lot. But what I'm also going to do as part of the retcon is I am going to give myself another alien tech card. And so we're just going to add it. So I got the living bioweave, and we're going to just add it to our collection of tech. And I know I put our tech somewhere, thinking to myself, yeah, I'm going to just store it here and not... Oh, there it is. It's in our dice. So that's retconning me destroying that behemoth. Okay, and some of you might cry, foul, foul, foul. Cry it all you want. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I disrupted the sequence of events. And I think that's probably a big criticism of this game is your accounting has to be impeccable. You miss the singlest thing, and this game goes off the rails. So I'm sitting here not with any pets, which are extremely important in the game because look, they're carrying dice for me. I want pets. So to not have a pet is brutal. But anyways, so we got that, and we have an extra command token. So to that point, having the extra command token, I could do another recruit action, which, as you know, I can recruit one of every type except for the engineer. Or I could do another... I can't do research, because, I need 2 minerals and 1 alien tech. So this would get me improved landers. Actually, I do have that alien tech now, don't I? So if I have an alien tech, I have an ultra rare mineral, a rare mineral, and a regular mineral. Now what's interesting is if I'm willing to get rid of a rare mineral, I could do it. So 2 mineral discovery, I could get rid of this rare one and the regular one, and I actually have enough to do that. And this is improved landers, which I think you're well aware that I could use some better landers. But I'm not going to do it. I think we can just get a mineral objective without getting rid of our rare and ultra rare. I'm still assuming that something needs rare and ultra rare at some point. I mean, we could take a peek at the cards to see, but I'm just assuming that. And so I will wait. So that means there's nothing to do here. So then we have no choice but to do a production run. And this requires Tech 4, Tech 4, Tech 3, which we have, but that doesn't happen until the next time we come back. So that means all that's happening is this one finishes and nothing more. So we got another finish. It's lander mods, and we get A4, 6, and 7. So that's it. We're not, there's nothing earth-shattering or groundbreaking here. But A4, 6, and 7 are coming out. They were going to come out no matter what, so we're just going to get them 1 turn earlier because we weren't able to resolve the situations. And here we go. We got expanded storage. We have medbots, crew members in sectors connected to the lander discard an injury die, but not the injury itself. This one, place 1 crew member in the lander sector, and the crew member flips an injury card. So I don't understand what this means. So it's a utility. It's an evac shuttle. I don't know what that means. Like, when do I do that? I place 1 crew member in the lander sector. This crew member flips an injury card. I guess, like, if they're out exploring, I can basically immediately move back to the lander sector because they evac me. And then I can flip the injury card, so I'm not... flipping an injury card just means when you roll the injury dice, it's impossible to match the card. So the card will no longer hurt you. So it's interesting. I don't think any of these are all that great, to be honest. And then that brings us back to where we are, or where we were when we stopped the video last time. We're back to the lander mods, and so we got a whole bunch more that we're going to add in. So we got medbots, evac shuttle, and this crew quarters thing, where I said we get to crew members in sectors connected to the lander sector, or in the lander sector, refresh all their dice, which it's a one-time use, but it's perfect for this type of landing, because we were talking about how we would have to burn our stuff. So that's where it gets back to, can I get away with the Pelican? The Pelican will let me take 2 utility mods, even though I still only get 1 structural mod. We know for a fact that depending on what dice we roll, it's 5 minus these numbers, right? So the Space Ranger has 2 agility, and what we did is we made this a 3. The comm. We made the comm a 3, so it was 5 minus 3 is 2, right? So we were removing 2 of something with this, and then 5 minus 2 is 3, and we removed 3 dice because this was a 2. So now, we could basically not worry about removing dice and then get them all back when we land. That's the idea, at least. I don't know. The thing about this is that it can bring back 7 discoveries, which is very, very helpful. You start with 9 supplies instead of 6. Again, very, very helpful. You get 5 pieces of equipment instead of 4. You get 3 of those instead of 2. So you're getting a lot of stuff. It's just now you have to survive this many dice rolls to get to the end. And that is a lot more. Like here you only have to do 3 dice rolls. Here you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So it's 2 additional dice rolls. This is a brutal landing we have to do. So it's 417, and I want to go look at the chart again. This is where I do like the book more. So here you can see, with the flash fire, each crew member gains a burned injury. We don't necessarily want that. 5 minus the comm, supplies are lost. So what I did was I loaded up this so it became a 3 instead of a 1. So therefore we lost 2 supplies when we landed last time. Turbulence, which we also hit, you could return 2 random equipment cards, or ignore, and each crew member must exhaust 5 dice reduced by the agility. Now the agility on this was a 2, so naturally we lost 3. Here, navigate through the smoke, each crew member must exhaust 5 reduced by the comm. And I don't remember which of the 2 we got, but it was 5 reduced by something. I think it was the agility last time. And then here, if the agility is 4 or more, we would actually land. Otherwise, the progress track goes up by 1. I could get the agility to 4 here. I can do that to make the agility 4. I can't do that over here. In both cases, the comms are only 1. And so I made the comms on this a 3 last time we landed. Here, it's still a 1. I could make it a 3 again, because 5 minus the comms for supplies is still bad, no matter how we cut it. That's very bad. The losing the dice thing, we would lose 5 dice if we hit this one, because that's now a 0. And that's pretty bad too. And I don't have 10 dice to lose. I only have, at most, I'm up to 9 dice right now. But I don't think I can, you can only go through that once. So as much as I really, really want to do the Pelican, I still don't think I could do it. I need the Ranger. And so now My only other consolation is I have 2 utility mods. So is there something in the utility mods that will help me? Well, I got one of the utility mods right now is giving us a +1 supply, +1 equipment. So that helps, because that +1 supply helps mitigate the lesser supplies over here. And that's where we get to this, because we have like the crew quarters. That's another utility mod that will refresh all of our dice. I'm going to go ahead and put this in for now. But this is the one I was considering adding. We got this, which gives us 2 supplies. We have this that gives us a discovery limit +1 and more supplies. Now, you could argue that makes the Space Ranger a little bit better. I mean, yeah, you're giving up the equipment, but you got the lander discoveries, so it's not so bad. So I think at the end of the day, I'm just sticking with the Space Ranger again. And I'm sticking with exactly what I did last time. I'm increasing the comms +2. So they're going to have a comms value of 3 out of 5. Now, I could do the agility +2. And if I ever roll that perfect die, we land immediately. I just don't know if we're going to roll the perfect die. That's my issue. All right, so we'll try to revisit this planet again. We got to, record our planet, clean up the board, and see right here, write the name and sector number of any threats still on the board. That's what we missed, and that's what we just retconned, is we got rid of one of those threats that was on the previous board. Okay, prepare the away team, and here's where I need to pick who's going to go. So I'm going to just start grabbing all of our level 2s. I want to take the level 2s. I don't want to take the level 1s. So these are all the level 2s I have, and then we just got to figure out which ones are going. Alright, so that's the only science I see. Oh, here's 2 science, 2 recon. There's only 1 engineer available. We got 2 recon. I have a science one and a muscle one. The muscle one does not necessarily help us. The Joppy thing, I think you needed to have discoveries. And it was during his turn. Because that's the other thing, too. We have these cards here. So Zyma, for example, needs 4 strange flora and no other. So chances are we're not going to get that, because we need alien tech. This one's out. Here's Camellia. She's one of the ones. Mineral leads in microorganism. So we can get her possibly leveled up. I like that one. Aiden. Each time you reshuffle your section deck, progress subtract by 1. So he has to go through his entire deck of cards 3 times. That's crazy. I guess it's doable if you really want to waste all of his actions. And he has DNA on him, so he might be worth doing. The other one is Vukajlo, which is at the end of any player's turn, if you're the only crew member in a sector with at least 2 threats. So you have to have 2 threats in your sector. That's going to be a while. Here's one, Reeve. At the end, there are no more unique discovery cards on the planet, and you have at least 4 discoveries on your lander board. That's doable. So we might add him to the mix. And there's the Joppy. This one is any number of live specimen or mineral leads. We'll add him. And then Amir. Each time you sacrifice a die. So he's the sacrifice die guy. So what do we got here? We got Reeve. We're adding Reeve to the mix. We're adding Camellia to the mix. That means I can't add Joppy. It's Camellia or Joppy. So yeah, we'll add Camellia. And then we're missing one of these guys, so we'll go ahead and add Aiden, the one that has to go through his entire deck of cards. So I think it's going to be a mixed bag on whether or not we can unlock these, but we'll definitely give it a go. So we got the 4 veteran cards set aside. Here's the cards that are actually going to go. That means that we get to keep all of our dice. That's part of the reason why I wanted a level 2 to go. It also means I don't need to reshuffle my cards or reselect my cards. I already have these decks set up with level 2 cards in mind. I do have to make sure that the right number of charges is on everybody. So Aiden's going to get 3. Camellia over here is going to get 2. And Reeve gets 3. So we're just going to take all of our cards, put them back, and okay, and then as far as equipment goes, we're going to stick with the same equipment. Although this outpost is a nice looking piece of machinery, if I take this, I have to leave behind something else. So I don't have anything else I want to leave behind at the moment. I think I thought I had a character that let me bring an extra piece, but it's not these ones. Okay, because here's my thing. This is the zipline. Zipline has proved its weight in gold. This is +2 supplies, also proved its weight in gold. The only thing that is remotely transferable is this one, which is the mining probe, which is going to get us mineral leads because we just said we need minerals. So this is like the very thing we need when we land on this planet, because we need more mineral leads so we can do that one research. Now this outpost, whenever you rest or exert in a sector with this token, you get 2 more dice. It's a nice to have. I think it's a great item. It lets us use our miniature, but it's not, in my opinion, as needed as the mining probe for this particular. Like, we need more mineral leads, or more mineral discoveries, I mean. So this is definitely going to be with us. I know we found a whole bunch of other stuff. Actually, it's probably worth going through real quick. So like, we're discovering like this is an alternative to what we had. I don't know if one's better than the other. So right now the other one that we have is the engineer can turn theirs into a pickaxe and a shield. This is a wrench and so you could swap this out. Whichever symbols you think is more useful. The scout craft lets you move twice in a sector. I just don't know if that's worth replacing the mobility suit that we're currently wearing, which is pretty good. The med bay, you could discard an injury die, which is fine, but This lets you gain the wounded, critically wounded, or burned injury. You could return this card to the armory instead of gaining that injury, so it protects you. Not bad, but right now we're wearing that suit. The defense system is for threats. Energy shield basically does nothing more than just give you these symbols. And right now we have the arm strength and the pickaxe, so you would be exchanging it for arm strength and shield. We never liked that one in the first place. These suits I think are very valuable. It's just that we got the ones that are better suited, like this is suited for a different type of biome. And that's a lot of them. These I think are pretty interesting. They let you reroll all the dice, but it's just a one-time deal. Stimulants. You have to roll a danger die and you refresh 3, which is decent because you're not spending supplies. This one is for when you get the 4th injury. The jetpack was never bad. This one's an interesting one. Yeah, and then we're at the end. I think I'm happy with what we got selected. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's where my mind is. So we loaded the lander. We got all of our equipment on board. Uh, like I said, I really want to take the Pelican, but this particular planet, I really believe that we want to roll the dice as little as possible. We want to get landed as quickly as we can. That one utility mod that lets us refresh all of our dice might be handy because, you can have, it saves you some supplies. But let's see, what am I bringing instead? I'm bringing a +1 supply and +1 equipment instead. So I think that's the better deal. And I'm just shuffling the section cards while I'm rambling here. And what else do I need to do? I am just looking. Yep, I think we're ready. We got to put our marker on the supply track. Everybody has to draw their 3 cards. So, doing that right now. 1, 2, 3. That's where going back to rank 1 will blow. And then all of these cards that we currently have are going to go into the resting pool. And let's do it. So we got to do our log entry, and then we would do this, which this is already done. The disembark, we'll just have to grab a rank up card. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and close the book. There's nothing left in this book we need to do. That isn't just common knowledge at this point. So the lander is 417.
I'm sending coordinates of the area where the oxygen levels dropped due to recent fires. Be prepared for extreme.
And the answer is no. Alright, here we go. Stranger danger. A blank roll is the best. That is not a good roll. That is the one that we don't want. So each crew member is either going to gain a burned injury or lose 5 supplies reduced by the comm. Now, we did increase the comm by 2, so it's a 3, so we're going to lose 2 supplies. So we start with only 6 supplies with this particular lander, which is increased to 7 because of the landing mod, and so that drops it down to 5. So we're down 1 supply. And we're cutting off the cargo hold, and we move it by 1. I don't know what just happened. Well, so much for the update. Now it crashes all the time. Here we go. This time it's a blank. Alright, and we need 1 more. We got a blank again. So that was an excellent landing. Just lost the supplies. Oh, and now we got to roll. Oh gosh, I rolled a 1. I don't think this is good. Find mission M40. So here we go. Have at least 3 discoveries on your lander board. Okay, that's simple enough. That's what we want to do. Let's get some discoveries.
Good morning, crew. The planet you're about to explore was marked by builders as one of the cradles. It's bursting with life, but also dangerous. The captain asked me to teach you about all known hazards before you move in. Be extremely cautious and watch the oxygen levels. The planet's atmosphere encourages flash fires. In some areas, all it takes is 1 spark of static electricity. We also detect many complex life forms. The abundance of oxygen means their metabolism can be much faster than in any of Earth's flora and fauna. They may surprise you with their speed or strength. Since we're still not sure what to expect down there. Your mission is just to scout the planet's outer layers and bring as many samples as you can.
Okay, so P-130 goes onto Sector 1. I don't remember if that was a different message than last time we landed. I think it was the same. Alright, so we got that ash field again, just like we did last time. This time, though, it's Sector 1. Oh, that's over here. So that one is going over top. So we're starting over on the left side now. Open the lander, shipbook, begin planetary exploration. Okay, so somebody else astutely pointed out that the recon player does not have to go first. The rules state that the recon player chooses who goes first, which means it could still be somebody else. And since you're playing solitaire, you could choose that solitaire thing be somebody else. But I don't know if you've noticed, but the recon player has the zip line, so it actually makes sense for the recon player to go first. So I totally agree that I've been saying that they have to go first. That's not exactly the rule. The rule is the recon player chooses who goes first. So, but in this case, the recon player is going to choose himself, because as long as we have the zip line, it really should be the recon player that goes first. Now, our mission is to get discoveries. It's nothing else. I mean, we just have to get discoveries. So, we definitely want, for example, alien tech plus mining. And then we have, some of this stuff here. Like this one, we just need all the unique discoveries to be found and have at least 4 on our lander board. So his goal with our primary mission is really good. I think we have a good chance of getting him. This one has to be microorganism or mineral, and it's on his turn, or Camelia's turn. So the problem is that she has to be selfish and do it on her turn, which is very hard to do. And it's when you gain leads. So we're going to have to talk about that, because I think that's the science officer. It is. So the science officer has the ability to spend a charge to get leads, and I think that counts. This one has to go through his deck. So we have to it doesn't matter if we use the cards or not, just keep drawing cards and go through his deck and then cause it to be reshuffled. He has to do that 3 times. I mean, that's a lot. And this one needs 4 strange flora and nothing else, and I don't think we're going to pull that off, because especially since we need something other than flora as our goal. Now, this Aiden Cunningham is our security officer. So as you can see, he has 3 cards in his hand, and we're going to look at his section deck. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to have a minimum of 10 cards. I was just verifying that, because if he had 12 or 14, I was going to take a few away, because we definitely, if he has to go through his deck 3 times, we definitely don't want him to have a larger number of cards. So now this guy does, and we could have actually customized his deck. There's this thing here where you play this card and it lets you draw 2. This is valuable now. So he's spending extra dice to just draw extra cards. And yeah, he's going to have to discard them because he's at his hand limit. But that's going to cycle him through his deck so he can get to his veteran status quicker. If we want to do it. I think that's the strategy. The good news is that our mission here is just to get 4 discoveries. So this guy could cycle through his deck no problem, because unless we need him to help with finishing some of these tracks, there's nothing for him to do anyways. So I find that to be extremely interesting. But this is just like the last planet. When you land on it a second time, it's a little easier. And in this case, I would agree it's a little easier. However, we got a lot more cards we need to go through. This one is a final card because it has a flag on it. But that one isn't. That one there, and then neither is this one. This is the where the steel is, and I know we need to go back there. And then also the this moss quilt. We landed here last time, so this wasn't even an option. That particular part there. So we can map the surroundings, and there's some flora leads and other things available to us. Okay, so we have to basically find discoveries, and there's not much else we need to do. So that part's good. I guess what I'm doing is I'm looking at the time, and I know I'm only at 40 minutes, but I am going to end this video. We had to do a lot of cleanup because of those errors. My apologies. This was a lot of chit-chat and not a lot of playing. But I think I need to do this because I don't have enough time to finish this right now. I gotta go. Just personal commitments. So, but I am definitely still into this game. As you can see, I'm squeezing in this video before I go. Tonight is my game night with my gaming buddies, so I may not get another video out. We play something else. We don't play this game, although they do want to try this game. I just don't know how to, like, this would be a nightmare for me to disassemble what I'm doing here for the playthrough to reassemble it for another play with them. That would just be too much. So yeah, we usually just play something else. Like we played Ark Nova last week. It was a great game. I really enjoy Ark Nova. I don't know if I ever want to play it solitaire though. I've heard people say that they like it solitaire. I just don't know how much I would care for it solitaire. But I thought Ark Nova was really fun as a multiplayer game. Another one we play that's made by I think these same developers is Nemesis. You'll never see me do that solitaire. I think I did the app solitaire. The it's not the original Nemesis, but the one that's on Steam. I think I played that for you guys because it's on the computer, and I just think that Nemesis solitaire looks boring. The fun part about Nemesis is the way you backstab each other, and so that's my buddies. I mean, that's what we do. We're probably going to play Crisis or City of Big Shoulders tonight. I think those are the two that are in the lineup. And anyways, it's always a good time. I know some people play solitaire all the time. I do play solitaire a lot myself, as you can see with this channel. I frankly think that the biggest joy of board games is the social interaction with other players. I do think it's hard to recreate playing against another player with an AI. That's why I like the app-driven games. I think they get you closer. But then again, my buddies are only available 1 day a week, and I like to play board games 4 or 5 days a week. And that's why you see me play a lot of solitaire or do this channel, because my hunger to play games is larger than our ability to meet. And no knock on them. I think some of them would like to play 4 or 5 times a week. It's just we can't get our schedules to line up. I mean, that's just part of being an adult. So, and then a lot of times you see me playing this game, it's 2 a.m. So I'm squeezing this in between my adult duties too. And then usually sacrificing my sleep in the process. So, anyways, that's a nice first world problem to have. As always, thank you for watching. Stay awesome, and please stay healthy and safe.